Chance to win 2 VIP tickets to Grooven. LSUPD is thinking about updating emergency call boxes on campus. The current boxes require callers to dial 911 or the police department rather than the update that requires only pressing a single button. The code Blue Poles are found on many SEC campuses. LSU has about 40 call boxes, with most of them around the campus housing. LSUPD spokesperson Captain Corey Lalonde says only around 70% of the boxes work. Lalonde says the cost to update would be about $40,000 a pole. Even though officials are still debating on the update, the police department launched the LSU Shield app to help students stay aware of their surroundings. Jodi Arias now spends the rest of her life in prison. Arias was sentenced yesterday for the murder of her ex-boyfriend Travis Alexander. She was found guilty in 2013 of first-degree murder. Juries were at a standstill on whether to sentence Arias to death or life behind bars. Because of this deadlock, the death penalty was off the table. Arias admitted before the trial that she was truly disgusted and repulsed with what she did.
Well, Marco Rubio announced his campaign for presidency yesterday, and Hillary Clinton is now on the road after announcing hers this weekend. The first part of Clinton's road trip will span across 1,000 miles. Andrew Spencer reports on the former Secretary of State's journey to Iowa.
A college student ran into Hillary Clinton at a gas station in Pennsylvania. With the Secret Service driving the van, she's traveling without the press from New York to Iowa. Other than her tweet last night, the road trip has been mostly incognito. Clinton officially announced her campaign for the 2016 Democratic presidential nomination in a video on Sunday. California Democrat Senator Barbara Boxer says she's over ready for Clinton's campaign.
I think she brings to this every quality you'd want to have, and the Republicans are going to beat her up, morning, noon, and night. And I think she will stand up to it. She's been around the block a few times on this. And I think it will bring more people to her side.
Republicans are already trying to tie Clinton's policies to those of President Barack Obama.
I would argue that she empowered a failed foreign policy more than she stood up to it. And when she stood up to it, she was ineffective. So she owns his foreign policy. She owns his domestic policy. And the reason there's 20 Republicans running is that all of us think we can beat her.
Analysts caution the Democrat may be running an uphill battle.
At the end of 8 years, the natural tendency in American politics when parties have the White House for 2 terms is to look to the other party. There is an instinct for change.
But political analyst Ron Brownstein says more and more minority voters are joining the electorate, giving an edge to Democrats.
And just kind of shifting country versus time for a change. Those are the 2 big forces, the big tailwind and the big headwind for the Democrats in 2016.
Clinton makes her first official campaign stops tomorrow in Iowa. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
We'll know the Democrats have officially announced if they are running or not. Now, Kristen Bertel is outside to show us what the weather is like and what we can expect for the rest of the week.
Did you bring your umbrella out there, Kristen?
Hey Tigers, I'm reporting live here outside of Tiger Stadium, and the umbrella is definitely a necessity this week. And it's been storming here all day on campus, and when we look at tonight's forecast, there's still going to be a 50% chance of rain. Temperature will be in the mid-60s tonight, and you can expect some scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the night with some light wind. For Wednesday, temperatures will rise back up to the 80s, and there will be an 80% chance of rain. There's going to be some scattered thunderstorms tomorrow morning, but they're going to become more widespread as the day goes on. Finally, for this Thursday, you can expect to see weather conditions similar to what we had today. The high will be around 80 degrees, and the low will be in the 60s. There's still going to be a 90% chance of rain, so you can expect to see some thunderstorms throughout the day. So it's not looking like you'll be able to ditch that umbrella anytime soon. Well, that's all the weather that I have for you for now. Keep watching to see just how long that rain is going to last.
Coming up in sports, Shaq is back, and Cody Krupp is going to tell you more.
We'll be right back.
Yes, we were close last year, and that helped us as it relates to our confidence going into this year. But this is a brand new ball game, brand new teams.
Stakes are raised in the Bayou as it is now championship time for LSU gymnastics as they take the main stage in the Lone Star State. Hello everyone, I am Cody Krupp here with sports. The number 4 Tigers look to claim their first national championship in school history this coming weekend with a number of prominent seniors getting their last and final chance, and they are well aware that the room for error is not only minimal, but non-existent if they plan to hoist the gold.
Yeah, there's going to be big teams there, but you can't worry about a specific team because ultimately we're there to beat everyone.
We're there on a mission, and we're all about business, and we're ready to get it done.
it's not, we're going to go into Super 6 and hopefully we'll get by one team or hopefully we'll get by another team. We're there to just dominate.
I can't even write .075 in between, and that's what we lost SECs by. And you know, it's one little mistake. And that's championship season when there's this much parity and so many talented teams in the country. It could be anybody's competition.
Many fans know the 4-time NBA champion and 3-time NBA Finals MVP as Shaq, or one of many nicknames, Shaq Diesel, Shaq Fu, the Big Aristotle. But it was one decision by former LSU head coach Dale Brown that would change the big man's future. As a 13-year-old military brat, Shaquille O'Neal met his future coach on an Army base, an offer given by Coach Brown back when it was all size with no skill for the 6'9" young man. But after blocking the States over the years, growing into a top prospect, he remembered the man who offered him first, and it was purple and gold for the future star. A documentary aired last night on the SEC network of the dynamic duo, and here's a quick look at Shaq and Dale.
One's a little younger.
And Dale Brown is pushing Groves.
And one is a little older.
I do not want to see this young man blatantly hurt.
This guy cares.
And one was a coach.
Really admire what you're doing. Keep it up.
And the other was a player.
Oh, Neil, tremendous power.
That two men couldn't become.
Oh, here we go. Come on.
Very best of friends.
LSU made me who I am today, and you made me who I am today.
What a race in the West for the last and final playoff spot, and holding on by the slimmest of margins, the New Orleans Pelicans. Can they live to fight another day? To the land of 1,000 lakes we go. Pelicans versus Timberwolves. Again, without Drew Holiday resting in the second of back-to-back games, but Norris Cole stepping up big in the absence, knocks down the three-pointer to give the Pelicans a 7-point lead in the second quarter. Then it's Anthony Davis doing, well, what he does best. Pretty much everything. The assist to Eric Gordon for a cold-blooded three. He goes 22 on the night. Davis, a game-high 24 points to go along with 11 rebounds and 6 blocks as the Pels remain in the A spot, a game ahead of the Thunder with a comfortable 100-88 win. Switching gears to LSU softball as they picked up their first ever series win over Tennessee in Knoxville this weekend. Leading the way was LSU sophomore Savannah Jaquist, as she was named the SEC Softball Player of the Week, making that 9 weekly awards on the season for the Tigers. At the plate, Jaquist went .583 with 7 hits and 7 RBIs, including a 2-home-run game in the opener. For the 4th straight year, LSU and Les Miles has invited this LSU student body to attend football practice. This Thursday, students will have the chance to watch the practice beginning at 3 p.m. They'll have a chance to meet and greet with the players and coaches after it concludes. A fun event for all leading into Saturday's spring game, which is scheduled to begin at 1 p.m. in Tiger Stadium. That is all the time we have today for sports, but coming up, more on young people from all across the state coming together at LSU for the Louisiana Queer Conference. Stay tuned.
The LGBTQ community has rejoiced in recent months about gay marriage becoming legal in various states and other equality rights. Reporter Dominique Turnbull shows us a conference that is making sure that these changes can happen in Louisiana.
The Louisiana Queer Conference, or LAQC, is part of a movement in the LGBTQ community. It hasn't been around for long, but it is definitely making an impact in just 5 short years. This conference is organized by students and partners up with Equality Louisiana to help spread their message.
Equality Louisiana was formed about 5 years ago to form a statewide partnership with organizations throughout the state in different cities. We have 30 organizations right now.
One of the organizers, Michael Byer, shares the purpose of LAQC.
What it means for us as sort of Southern LGBTQ activists to take up the helm, which we've been doing for a while, and then to sort of like win what we deserve, you know, the freedom to be who we are. And
2012, 41 states banned gay marriage. As of today, that statistic has drastically changed, but Louisiana is still against gay marriage. Indiana Governor Mike Pence rejected a bill that would discriminate against gay people and give businesses the right to refuse them simply because of their sexuality. Indiana House Speaker Brian Bosma wants the citizens of Indiana to know how important they are.
To let every Hoosier know that we value you, gay, straight, black, white, religious, non-religious.
Gay rights in Louisiana is not over for young activists, and LAQC is here to remind people of that.
It's not going anywhere, no matter how some people might not want us to be here. That we're here and that we're strong and that we're going to stay here for a long time and we'll be here.
Together we can achieve wonderful things throughout the state, and a lot's happening in Louisiana in the next several months, we hope.
Next year, the statistics may just change. For Tiger TV, I'm Dominique Turnbull.
Legalizing gay marriage is one of the many topics that the Louisiana legislature will be covering in the current session.
Well, for many international students, getting a job out of college isn't the easiest. Chinese exchange student Hui Du says his best option is to attend LSU to get a PhD in petroleum engineering. Du applied to work at about 80 different companies after graduating and only received about 6 interview requests. International students have F1 visas, which allow them to work as an intern or have on-campus jobs. Optical Practical Training, a temporary employment program, allows exchange students to seek jobs in the field of their major for a year after graduation. Du still hopes to get working experience here in America before returning home to China because of the unique engineering technology available here. Well, Tiger TV reporter Amanda Luskin will be with us live before the seminar with Senior Vice President of Precautions, Eric Bershin, in the Holiday Forum.
And Kristen will be with us again to tell us if it's going to be raining men this weekend. We'll be right back.
Now to Amanda Luskin in the Holiday Forum.
I'm here in the Holiday Forum where Senior Vice President and General Manager of Photochem will be here to speak to students. Photochem is a company that works with the post-production of film, television, advertising, and the radio industry. Their Senior Vice President and General Manager, Eric Bershin, will be here tonight to speak to students about marketing with featured films. Some films he has worked on include Napoleon Dynamite and The Hangover. He will be here at 6, so come out to the Holiday Forum. And we will be back with more after this.
When we come back, I'll fill you in on how the legislative session began and what bills we can likely expect to see.
And Kristen will be with us again to give us our weekend forecast, so stay tuned.
Hello, welcome to your weekly political update. It is the second day of the legislative session. Controversy surrounds a religious freedom bill called the Louisiana Conscience and Marriage Act. The bill will protect businesses and individuals' views on same-sex marriage. If the bill passes, the state is not allowed to deny, revoke licenses, tax deductions, or contracts to individuals or businesses based on their views. If he announces his run for president, I'm sure Bobby Jindal will have all his ducks in a row. Well, maybe at least one. Yes, I'm talking about this guy, the Duck Dynasty superstar, Willie Robertson. Robertson talked about his support for Jindal on Fox Talk Radio. He says Jindal is his man, and if he decides to enter the race, Robertson also says that he likes Bobby Jindal because he's a smart person. He's one of the smartest people that he's ever met. And these two men are actually acquaintances. Jindal introduced Robertson at an event in Iowa and jokingly told the audience that Robertson would make a great running mate. Maybe they should take a quack at it. Okay, I'm done with my duck puns. I'll waddle my way out of here and hand it off to Kristen Bertel. She will let me know if I need to buy an umbrella this weekend. Do I?
Welcome back. As you can see, the weather is going to stay around 80 degrees all week, and you can plan for high percentages of thunderstorms through Sunday. So if you were planning on spending the weekend outside, you might want to find something else to do because it is not going to be pretty. By Monday, the rain will ease up, and there's only going to be a 10% chance of rain. So you may see temperatures, and you also may see temperatures as high as 85 degrees. While it may be hot Monday, it still won't be sunny, so it's going to be partly cloudy. That's all the weather I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Kristen. Stay with us. Thanks for watching tonight, Tigers. Make sure to visit us at tigertv.tv.
We'll see you next week. Good night.